Let's talk about tags, and specifically a naming convention for tags. Now, tags in Infusionsoft are exceptionally important. We're going to use them all over the place, and we're going to end up with an awful lot of tags. We're going to use tags to segment our database. We're going to use tags to measure as people move through funnels and campaigns. And we're also going to use tags to trigger, because they're goal types. So we can trigger activity starting, and we can also trigger activity stopping using tags. So we will have a lot of tags. Tags have two levels of hierarchy. So you've got tag categories, and then you've got the tag name itself. The problem with using tag categories is you can't create a tag category on the fly inside Campaign Builder, and also there is no visibility of tag categories inside the mobile app, either Snap or the actual mobile app itself. So tag categories have been really depreciated and undermined by the developers over the last couple of years. So I've got a recommendation that you just ignore tag categories going forward, and let's focus on tags and the single level of kind of hierarchy of naming. That's not necessarily a problem, because there's a naming convention that you can think about that actually deals and gives you as broad and deeper hierarchy as you actually need. Okay. If you've ever done any bookkeeping and accounting, or you've looked at your P&L, or you've looked at your balance sheet, what you'll know is that in the accounting world they have a system, a numbering system, and thereby a naming system called a chart of accounts. So what I'd like to suggest to you is that you develop a chart of tags. So it's a simple numbering system that you can use to differentiate your tags. The reason why differentiating your tags is really important is when you're searching for them, when you're going into a search to compile a list, to do segmentation, that you need to be able to find them quickly. And in the main search window, you've got the two boxes, and you've got 7 lines of tags available. So if you've got 700 tags, or 1,000 tags, or 1,400 tags, which is not unreasonable, then it's going to be really difficult to find the tags unless you have a very clear naming convention. So point 1 is have a very clear naming convention, and recommendation 1 is start your tag names with a numbering system like a chart of accounts. Okay, so the one I utilise, so you need to get yourself one of these, okay, which is a piece of paper with your naming convention written on it. Now what I suggest, and let me explain the chart of tags, is I use a numbering convention to start all my tags, and it's a 4-digit numbering convention. So the first 2 digits, if you like, represent the category or the top level of the hierarchy. So I have 01, 02, 03 and so on, and that gives me up to 99 separate categories of tags. Then within those tags, I have another sub-level which I express using the second 2 digits. So 0101 would be a cluster of tags in a particular category. 0201 would be another cluster, 0202 would be a subcategory. So I can get 2 levels of hierarchy just using a 4-digit naming convention. Okay, so if I just explain to you a couple of the other things I do, and then you can go and get yourself one of these. In fact, you can have a copy of my naming convention if you wish. Simply send me an email, details below, and I'll send you a copy of this and explain what I do. So I come up with 10 categories. They are demographics, so 01 is demographics, 02 is behaviours, so clicks, downloads, views. There's going to be a lot of behavioural tags, so an awful lot of my behavioural tags start 02 and then, for example, 01. So 0201 to me means it's a behavioural category, 02, and 01 means it's a click. So if you click a link, you get a tag which starts 02, 01, click, and then the tag name, which will be, in my case, what you clicked on. So what I'm trying to do is to measure the effectiveness of the anchor text that you click on, and then obviously take you through to the destination from that. So 0202, for example, is a form. So I need to know which of my forms convert better. I'm going to apply lots of tags, O2, O tag, O2 equals forms, and so on. O3 category is interest. Now, I don't actually have O3, O1, for example. It's just the O300 category because I don't have enough different things that I'm going to represent with the name of the tag to need a subcategory in that one, so I don't bother. I run a lot of events. We run a training centre, so we've got an awful lot of events that we run, which are all O4 categories. So, for example, O421 is the lifecycle marketing course that we run. So O402 is the campaign manager course that we run. So that gives me the demarcation of the tag, and then we get to the tag name. Now, because these are courses, I then start the tag name with the date, and of course I use the international date format, so year, month, date, and then a descriptor. So that gives me, I know immediately that you're booked on, for example, you're booked on the lifecycle marketing course on a particular date, and then I actually put booked, so I have a suffix at the end of that particular one. So booked, BKD. When you attend the course, BKD there's another tag that's added. I leave booked on. There's another tag that's added, which is ATT, attended. So you build up these tags, but they're all within the category, and I can find them really quickly. Campaigns, I have an O500 category for campaigns, lots of those, and then sequences, campaigns within my system have their own naming convention and numbering convention as well, and then the sequences within those have a numbering convention, and I'm using tags to track people through the campaigns, so the campaigns category has a lot of tags, so a numbering convention is useful there. O600 category is relationships. I use Customer Hub, so O700 are all my tags that control Customer Hub access and page access and partial access. O800 for me is purchases. O900 category is broadcasts. So if I send a broadcast, I apply a tag in the O900 category. I give it a date, and then and then the tag name is the date and the topic of the broadcast. And then I have another category which is my 1000, my 10 category. So these are administrative tags. But also within that, I have a 1010 category. So any tag that starts, that initiates anything, starts with the number 1010. It's a trigger tag, and then there's a description of what it triggers. And that way I don't put a 1010 tag on by mistake, because I know exactly what it is and what it's going to do, and that it's a powerful tag, it's a trigger tag. I also have a 1011 category. Now 1011 categories are tags that stop things. So in campaigns, sometimes I want to just stop the entire campaign, so I'll have a tag in the campaign, a tag goal in the campaign. Everything kind of goes to it. When that gets applied for that contact, everything just gets shut down. That's a powerful tag. I don't want to apply that by mistake, so that's my 1011 category. Okay, so there's my naming convention. You can have a copy of my naming convention. The key is to get your own naming convention. I do recommend that you have a nominal code for your tags. I do recommend, unfortunately, that you forget about categories and build everything into the tag name, because the developers have depreciated categories inside the mobile app and inside Campaign Builder. We can use categories inside Campaign Builder, by the way. You just can't create tags in categories on the fly. Therefore, you're going to have a problem, because you'd have to remember to go back. That's not very efficient. So let's build everything into the tag name itself and use the nominal code to do that. So go ahead and download this if you wish. Drop me an email and I'll send it to you. Hope that was useful. Speak to you soon.